All right, so we have some Q&A in this video. Elizabeth sent me some questions this morning from you guys, which rock. So we have 4 questions, and I'm just going to read them and answer them to the best of my ability. So the first one is fuel for sensitive / easily upset while running stomachs. So you have a sensitive stomach, and you go out for a run, and there's a lot of uncertainty. There might be urgency. There might be nausea. It's not fun. It's very unpredictable. You probably feel like you've tried everything and nothing seems to work. No matter what, you have this sloshiness in your stomach and things are just really unpredictable. So here's the thing, it's impossible for me to really answer this question except for the fact that you need to get to the root of the problem. So I would say keep experimenting, or please work with somebody who can help guide you to get to the root of the problem and then give you the steps to alleviate it, to start chipping away at addressing it. Because if these things are happening, I want you to know, A, it's common, but B, it's not normal. And C, there's ways for you to not feel this way. This is not permanent. It's temporary. We can fix it, okay? There's always hope. There's always something you could do. You don't have to be this sensitive stomach runner. You don't have to label yourself that way. You can find ways out of this and be a strong stomach runner, okay? But we need to reduce the inflammation in your stomach. We need to identify what your triggers are. And it's also not only what you're eating, but it's how you're eating and it's when you're eating. So there's so many things to it. So you got to take a deep dive and, lay everything out on the line. Like, this is exactly what I'm eating, when I'm eating it, shoving it in my face in the car, or no, I'm not. I'm eating with no distractions, listening to the birds. Okay, there's so many different things out there that could be happening. And even it could be a food that you're like, don't even know it's causing inflammation. Eggs come to mind. Eggs can be very inflammatory to people. For other people, they are nature's multivitamin, right? So it's something that you have to really dive into for yourself. What fuel can you use for that? I think it's impossible. There's nothing that's going to fix it, right? There's no quick fix. There's nothing that you could eat for things to go away. I'm not going to say have charcoal pill or don't eat anything or this or that. It's so individual, and I would need a lot more information on that. So yeah, sorry. That's hopefully helpful, but probably not. Next question. Are whole foods a good fuel source while running? If so, what kinds? Yes, totally. Food, yes. Your body recognizes it. Listen, people thrive sometimes on a maltodextrin powder, okay? It blows my mind, but not many people do, and that is not something you want to look at. If you're not getting paid to be a runner, I don't think you should go to these extremes. You should definitely focus on whole food because you have a whole life outside of running that needs attention to and needs to be strong and healthy for. So I wrote a blog post on this probably almost 2 years ago. Or no. Well, that will be on the next one. It is about kind of maltodextrin and the sugars in your performance fuel. But so I'll link to that either in this video description or it should be in the Google Doc worksheet I sent. But that'll answer all your questions on maltodextrin. Read the ingredient labels and then read the blog post I wrote and see if you can make any connections. Spoiler alert, maltodextrin is known to punch holes in your gut. So there's that. So yes, whole foods which don't contain maltodextrin are wonderful for you because they're not punching holes in your gut. They're slower to digest. And there are brands out there that use whole foods. Yes, of course, they're still processed because they're in a package and they're made in a plant and all that. But I mean, details. You do the best you can, right? So, like I said in the other video, there's Lar bars and picky bars, and there's other sorts of powders you can maybe try to drink your calories. If chewing just isn't going well for you, I do like things that require you to chew, but we're all different. And so, also if you can, like, bake some new potatoes and salt them and wrap them in foil and bring them with you, or make a white bread sandwich or a wrap with banana and honey and cinnamon and sea salt, something like that. Peanut butter and jelly. If peanut butter doesn't work for you, just do a jelly sandwich with maybe something else. Something really basic and light, and basically just with simple sugars. I love maple syrup for a good quick rise in blood sugar. That's one of my favorite natural sugars. So yeah, that's kind of what I have for our whole foods, a good fuel source. Yes, 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 yes. Can certain types of sugars and gels, chews, blocks upset stomachs while running? A very hard yes, without a doubt. I work with a lot of athletes that have had so many gut issues, and I look at what they're fueling with, and it's a lot of gels. And then I look at what they're eating on a day-to-day during training, and it's a lot of high sugar foods with added sugars and artificial sweeteners and maltodextrin that's in sauces and dressings and pastries and chips and basically anything nacho flavored. So if you read the ingredients on all these foods that are wonderful to have from time to time, I never eliminate any food from anyone's diet unless I think it's making them very sick. I want people to, have permission to eat whatever they want so they don't go overboard. But it's creating an awareness of what you're putting in your body on the day-to-day, because it's this toxic load. So if you're already full of sugar and then you're adding in these boluses of concentrated sugar that are hard to digest, there's going to be an overflow, and that's going to cause a lot of gut upset. So for sure, these things cause a lot of issues. And if you could find ways to replace them and swap them out with more natural alternatives, or things that require you to chew, or just having a bigger meal 2 hours before your run so you don't need anything during the run, then that's awesome. When I do think gels come in handy is maybe with an hour left of your race and you just need a sugar spike. That's all you need. Then I think that could be really helpful. It might make you feel sick later, but at least you got through your run and you did well and you felt good. And that's just the price you pay afterwards. It depends on how much this all means to you, right? And racing means a lot to all of us. And so that's why I want it to be a good experience. And that's why nutrition and hydration is so important. It's such a huge puzzle in your training. And so I'm glad you're all here, and I'm glad you're all listening to me just sit in my quarantine talking about running nutrition, because it's my absolute favorite thing to do, especially gut health for runners. So it's just, I love reducing inflammation in runners. That's my thing. Lastly, can too much water upset stomachs during long runs? Yeah, absolutely. There's something called hyponatremia, which is basically low salt in your blood. So that comes from just drinking a ton of water without any salt or electrolytes in it. So you need salt to get this water into your cells. Otherwise, you're just kind of drinking all this water, drinking, and it's not getting transported into your cells and muscles and tissues and wherever it needs to be, because there's no salt in it. And so it's sloshing around in your stomach, causing a lot of discomfort. So I would say you need salt. You can overdo it. You could overdrink it. There's so many different electrolytes out there, brands, or you could make your own, or you could dash salt in your water in the morning or after your run, just to help transport this water into your cells to get you rehydrated and get your whole body functioning better. You don't want a headache, sign of dehydration. You don't want dizziness. All these things that we know are signs of dehydration. But you also don't want to just drink a ton of water plain. You need electrolytes, especially if you're sweating a lot. But even if you're not, even if it's winter and you're not sweating a lot, you still need electrolytes. So yeah, the answer to that is yes, you can overdrink plain water, and that could cause a lot of issues. So like I said in previous videos, you want to go into it kind of preloaded with hydration, and so all you have to do is take small sips here and there, and then definitely rehydrate after the race when you're not jostling things around and you're not jumping and moving and running fast. So yeah, I think that's it for the Q&A. So hope everyone's doing well, and continue to send your questions. I am more than happy to answer them, or reach out to me directly or through Elizabeth, whatever you want. So hope your training's going awesome, and hope to see you soon. All right, bye.